Here at Phillip Island. 27 laps of this magnificent circuit. Round 16 in the MotoGP World Championship. Who will be king of the island?
Great start from pole position by Repsol Honda man Marc Marquez. Jack Miller got away well from that second row. Miller looks like he's already up in the second place as they sweep down into the Doohan corner. Marquez definitely got the whole shot. Andrea Iannone drag from the line, but Jack Miller was superb from fifth on the grid. Here he is then down in the brakes for turn 4 for the first time. Valentino Rossi aggressive up the inside of Pol Espargaro. Rossi's had a good start. He's already now up in a 5th place.
But Miller leads the way. Up through Siberia he comes, up over the rise. Then he'll run along that top end of the...
Nowhere to go, turning on the inside. Jack Miller then sweeps through the final corner for the first time, down the famous Gardner Straight. The crowd going ballistic here in Australia. Jack Miller leads here over the line at the end of lap 1.
Rossi and Iannone cross the line. Marquez in second place. Third, Vinales. Rossi, Iannone. Pol Espargaro. Zarco, Crutchlow, Aleix Espargaro. And then we have Iannone. They accelerate up towards Siberia. Marquez will not be too unhappy that it's Jack Miller leading the way rather than one of his championship was run wide.
He's having a disaster, Dovizioso. He's down in 20th place.
That is crucial. Marquez second, Dovizioso now in 20th place. The championship is slipping away from the Ducati rider as they come across the line. Miller, to the cheers of the crowd, still leads away as they race down towards the Doohan corner.
Gets a turn number 4. We know Johann Zarco super aggressive. Vinales found his way through on Marquez at turn 4. No way through though for Zarco. Marquez lost 2 places there.
Espargaro. 2 Yamahas going well though in these conditions with Rossi and of course Vinales and also Zarco fighting his way back. And Marc Marquez recovered his composure and now will start fighting back against the Yamahas as they come down the start and finish straight. The Gardner Straight into turn 1. Marquez up the inside of Rossi. Absolutely not an inch as they come into the hairpin. Zarco up the inside. He makes it stick this time. There's nowhere for Aleix Espargaro to go. Remember on the previous lap, he touched Marc Marquez in a similar move. Here is Andrea Dovizioso. Yeah, he has Dovizioso, Redding, Battista, Barbara Lowe's and Brock Parks.
What a job by Karel Abraham there. He's the top Ducati at the moment, 11th and 12th place.
We ride with Valentino Marc Marquez with 2 rounds of the championship remaining, but these result places are not going to remain the same because Valentino Rossi has moved into second place past his teammate Maverick Vinales at the hairpin.
Yeah, and the gap's coming down to Jack Miller as well. Jack Miller's advantage has been slashed in half now. He leads by just under half a second. What, 6 weeks ago, and here they are in the Australian Grand Prix 1 and 2.
And I tell you what, if you look at that top group of 6, he is the only one with that medium rear tyre. So
10 metres over the line before he got slipstreamed by his teammate Vinales. Rossi moves to the inside at turn number 4. He's lunging up the inside on the brakes. Rossi's found his way back into the lead. Or is it a little bit wide? No, he holds firm.
Valentino Rossi leads here at Phillip Island, the man that won here in 2014. Up over the rise they come at Siberia. What a start to the...
Yeah, it looked like Jack Miller was getting a bit of wheel spin coming out of that final corner there. He didn't have the drive grip at all, did he? The Yamahas didn't even need the slipstream to blitz by Jack Miller down the Gardner Straight. Vinales just held his nerve on the brakes. You've got to be pretty strong and aggressive to outbrake Valentino Rossi going into the Doohan corner. Is Marquez about to pounce on Vinales at that Doohan corner? Listen there from Jack Miller. That's super aggressive, giving Johann Zarco a taste of his own medicine in many respects. But Zarco's got the inside line for Siberia, so he's going to cling on to that 4th place.
Zarco looks very, very dangerous indeed. He had that bit of a coming together, didn't he, with Marc Marquez earlier in the race, but he is absolutely flying now.
There's Dovizioso, then Andrea Dovizioso still. He's just actually got in the points, Dovizioso. He's picked off Tito Rabat. Marc Marquez attacks Valentino Rossi on the run down to the Doohan corner.
I was really focusing on Marquez. Oh, Marquez opens the door up a little bit and Zarco says, well, I messed it up last time at the hairpin. I'm not messing it up this time. The Moto2 World Champion up into second place and Marquez relegated to 3rd.
There was hardly any left. Look how wide Aleix Espargaro. Crutchlow said yesterday if he could hang on to that lead group in the first half of the race, watch out for him. He fancies his chance of a repeat success from last year because his time management...
Crucial points, aren't they?
Down at turn 4 then for the 9th time of asking, and Jack Miller up the inside and Maverick Vinales. Rossi's out wide then at turn 4. Rossi out wide. Now, was it a mistake or was he given a helping hand by your new race leader, Johann Zarco? But Valentino Rossi, what's not in dispute is he's dropped back down to 3rd place.
Zarco
come through from 13th on the grid to 8th place. He's right on the back of this league group. The gap between Zarco at the front of the race and Rins in 8th in a long time in this league group is a sight of a single Ducati. Miller then up the inside of Valentino Rossi, beautifully done on the brakes there by Miller. He's up into 3rd place. Marc Marquez has a good long look over his left shoulder. What he will see, he'll get a face full of the number 43 of Jack Miller.
Get a face full of beans. They remind us about the tyres, Dylan, down in pit lane, Zarco and Marquez.
Well, exactly so. Marquez has that soft option rear, as does Johann Zarco as well. Marquez has the medium front, Zarco has the soft front. And as Dunlop, as Michelin told us, after 20 laps, that's when they expect to see the drop-off.
Oh. When he won that race in Austria, and the race he had here a couple of years ago. 27 points would be the advantage of Marc Marquez if these positions are just to pick up some vital World Championship points.
Yeah, that's the battle for 11th. That was Pedrosa retaliating on Dovizioso. Dovizioso had found his way through on Danny Pedrosa.
Back at the front, Zarco still leads the way. Marquez right in his face as they come down the Gardner straight towards the Doohan corner. We ride with Maverick Vinales.
It's going to be crucial to try and retain heat in those tyres. Jack Miller running a wider line. Valentino Rossi thought about nipping up the inside. There was no way through.
I tell you what, Andrea Iannone fancies this.
Marquez again coming out of turn number 4 has a good long look over his left shoulder. I'm not sure what he expects to see, because he must know from his pit bull that thinking, where is my championship rival? That might be coming into Marquez's head in terms of the risk he's willing to take in these final 15 laps. That might be what he was looking back for, just to see if he could do the first 15 laps, which we're getting close to. He would be strong and competitive. He was worried about the lack of electronic sophistication on that Suzuki. Rossi fights back on Miller when he was going to run into some major wheel spin issues. That's been one of the weaknesses of that Suzuki package this year, Andrea Iannone.
At some point, Marquez is going to make a move, isn't it? It's probably when
for 11th, they're a long, long way behind Pol Espargaro in 10th place.
We ride with Andrea Dovizioso. These are crucial points for him and the outcome of the World Championship. Yeah, Marquez, he does not really want to know where Dovizioso is, because does he take too much of a risk? Rossi is back into 2nd place as they corner they come and they sit up and brake. Rossi on the brakes up the inside of Zarco. Valentino Rossi takes the lead here at Phillip Island.
Yeah, classic block pass by Rossi on the brakes going into turn number 4. If this top 8 have a right good old ding-dong, as they are having, you can't say that Brad himself any chance of getting in the points at the moment.
Well, the Australian crowd, they're cheering Jack Miller, but they love Valentino Rossi, and Rossi legally breathtaking. This is motorsport at its absolute peak. You just don't get better than this. And here we go, Marquez up the inside, up the hairpin. No way that Zarco can fight back, and he opens the door up a little bit. Maverick Vinales thinks about to have a go at him, but he's not able to. But Marquez back into 2nd place as they come up over
in this battle.
It is. We'd love to get all romantic about it, but this is Phillip Island. This is at the very top, and Andrea Dovizioso.
But that early mistake has really done for his chances.
Marquez is nice and close to Rossi. We go around the Stoner corner, we ride with Marquez. Can he get up the inside on the brakes? I don't think he is quite close enough.
Zarco picks his pocket at turn 4 again.
Just as we were looking at Marquez thinking who's going to go past Rossi, Zarco beat us. Classic Phillip Island move there by Maverick Vinales, a former winner here, 3rd in the race here last year. Bonamaluki heights up the inside on the brakes, and he's made it stick.
Please, please, please don't rain here in Phillip Island.
Took the words out of my mouth. The 2 Yamahas. Valentino Rossi, we ride with him right in his face, number 5. Johann Zarco, here comes Zarco up the inside. Johann Zarco leads the French Grand Prix once again.
He's brilliant on that soft front tyre, isn't he, Zarco? Got great feeling going into that turn number 4. He's made so many manoeuvres there. This time he's up the inside of Rossi, up into 4th place.
These are absolutely crucial positions for Marquez and crucial for Dovizioso. Hervé Poncharal, team boss of Tech 3.
Opted for the medium front tyre. Just a reminder, Michelin said that with about 7 laps to go, that is when they expect to drop off from those on the softer option rear.
Valentino Rossi retakes the sits Iannone up.
You can barely pause for breath.
He proper sits him up there at turn 10. We come back with Andrea Dovizioso. He's the most level-headed man you'd ever wish to meet, and he'll know exactly what the situation is. and he knows that he's
so strong in corners like the Southern Loop. He's been brilliant there all race long.
He certainly has. They break hard now for the chicane. Rossi lining up Vinales. No, not closer.
Iannone's given Zarco a nudge there. That's cost Johan Zarco fourth place. Iannone then on the charge again. He got up the inside of Zarco at turn 4.
I tell you what, Crutchlow's not out of it as well.
And Marc Marquez in one manoeuvre. Dovizioso cannot rest. He's coming under intense pressure here from Dani Pedrosa. Dani Pedrosa, of course, will be desperate to help out his teammate Marc Marquez.
Sort of speed round the left hand.
Yeah, they rubbed because Valentino Rossi lost momentum. Rossi lost drive coming out the Southern Loop. They definitely rubbed. That cost Rossi 2 places because he dropped back into 4th behind Andrea Iannone as well. Can you believe it? It's been a breathless opening 19.5 laps. At this stage of the race, the top
back into 3rd place. Zarco back in the hunt as well. The 2 Spanish riders, though, one on a Yamaha, one on a Honda, lead the way as they...
Marquez, he said yesterday in the dry that Marc Marquez was by far the faster rider. They've clearly found something to get a bit more tyre life out of that Michelin rear tyre for the Yamaha. That's been their proper course. We'll get Marquez is attacking at turn 4 and he's got through. Marquez, has he just run it a little bit wide? No, there's no way for Vinales to fight back. They run down now to Siberia. Ted Rossi then back into 2nd place. He does not want to let Marc Marquez get away at the front here, Rossi.
He knows what Marc Marquez's plan would be now. I suppose everybody knows. It doesn't take a Maverick Vinales. He was leading the way. He's not leading the way now, is he? Marquez, Rossi, Zarco.
Races this year, the Yamaha struggle for endurance and tyre life on that rear tyre. Holding pretty firm right now, you have to say.
Yeah, Rossi looks very comfortable in 2nd place at the moment. Zarco, as always, absolutely giving it all. Andrea Iannone, we haven't seen Andrea Iannone ride.
The Southern Loop is Rossi just struggling for a little bit of grip. They do get wheel spin issues at this stage of the race, do the Yamaha.
Here comes Zarco up the inside of Rossi. Can Zarco make it sticky?
As they drop down through Lukey Heights for the 23rd time of asking.
Marquez at the bottom of Lukey Heights, up towards turns 11 and 12. There is Zarco, Rossi, Iannone on the Suzuki. Vinales has just dropped out of the fray a little bit.
Yeah, he might have run out of steam and run out of rear grip here, Maverick Vinales. Yeah, Dani Pedrosa's suffering. He's dropped down into the 132s last time around. I don't know if he made a mistake. But Scott Redding, will he take points off Andrea Dovizioso? But at the moment, running in 7th place, making no impression on Vinales ahead of him for that top 6.
Well, this is our look at Zarco from the rear wheel of the Yamaha. Valentino Rossi. You see Iannone there in 4th place. Gives you to see what the gap is. They cross the line with 3 laps to go because Marquez has got that hammer down. Gap from the helicopters, you can see as they come around the Stoner corner. Rossi, Iannone, Zarco. Oh, if Andrea Iannone could put that Suzuki on the podium here, there would be great celebration on the podium. Andrea Iannone has moved up into 2nd place, but then runs it a bit wide. Iannone and Zarco. And here comes Zarco at the bottom of Lukey Heights, up the inside of Iannone. Rossi thinks about following soon, not able to get through. We ride with Zarco. Core number 29 could not be closer.
Massive swing in the championship as well. Marquez now leading. Scott Redding has taken Andrea Dovizioso for 11th place. 32 points. The advantage Marc Marquez would have at Iannone. And that great KTM fight going on as well between Pol Espargaro and Bradley Smith. Pol Espargaro's got into 9th. Dovizioso fights back on Scott Redding. That's going to be 11th place for Andrea Dovizioso, who's under a serious attack again from Redding and Dani Pedrosa. He will not want to relinquish these 2 places. Rossi and Zarco get very, very close to touching again.
Rossi, Iannone coming under a fair bit of pressure now from Vinales. Crutchlow, Miller, Rins, Pol Espargaro, Bradley Smith. That is your top 10.
Last time out in Japan.
Here, I can absolutely promise you, you also got a glimpse there of Dani Pedrosa.
Here's this 3-way Yamaha fight raging for 2nd place. Look at the tight defensive line there, Rossi.
Good place, here they come.
Again, Rossi.
Brilliant stuff from Rossi.
Superb defensive riding by Valentino Rossi. Surely there's no way he's going to lose that 2nd place. What a ride by Rossi. Didn't think he was going to be in that victory fight, but it's all about one man, all about the reigning world champion, Marc Marquez, taking a giant stride towards this year's title.
He's got 2 hands, less 1 finger on that trophy. Marquez wins a magnificent race here.
Real good fight. What about Andrea Dovizioso? Dovizioso was passed on the final lap by Scott Redding and Dani Pedrosa. His day just went from bad to worse.
Well, it's been a bad day, but that is an absolute disaster.
4 races. It was the first time in 10 years they had not had a podium in 3 successive races, but Rossi puts that record straight, and Vinales taking 3rd place from Johann Zarco. Right, Rossi, the gap between the 3 Yamaha men over the line was less than 1/10 of a second, but that was a monumental day for the championship, with Marc Marquez winning and Andrea Dovizioso dropping back 2 places.